Hello guys, and welcome to another video. In this video, I am going to share my current morning routine with you all, as well as give you a little tour of my new bedroom, which I just finished decorating and I'm very excited to share with you. So, like most people, this is how my morning starts, in complete darkness. However, I did invest in a light alarm clock instead of a noise alarm clock, so I wanted to give you guys a time lapse of how it works. Basically, about 30 minutes before you wake up, it starts emitting low frequency red light, and it gradually increases, so you're naturally woken up from the bright light instead of a jarring sound. And it does have a sound that it plays at the time you do want your alarm to go off, which for me is 6 o'clock. But I think it's a really cool investment, and also the light doesn't look like this strobe in real life. It's just kind of the way it's picking up on the camera. And as you can see, the light does get pretty bright, and I do like this. I feel like it's so much less of a stressful way for me to wake up in the morning. So once my alarm goes off, I like to wake up at 6 a.m. I turn it off and I set my alarm for the next day. I usually just leave the light from my alarm clock on, but I turn the light to my bedroom on because it was being annoying and strobe. But then I just lay in my bed and I generally say, "Okay Google, play classical on Spotify."
All right, here's your Spotify,
which is basically just me telling Google to play a classical music playlist that I have on Spotify. And I like to mostly just lay there, listen to it, think about my day, what I want to accomplish. Or sometimes I will read a book. I just finished this book, actually. I would really recommend it. Or sometimes I will comb through a magazine if I happen to have one. Or sometimes, I would say this is the least common, but sometimes I will write in my journal. I'm not a big journaler though, if I'm being honest. But either way, whatever I do, there's one thing that I absolutely do not do, or at least try not to do, and that is to look at my cell phone. I keep it on the opposite side of my room. I keep it plugged in on airplane mode overnight because I don't want to distract myself and go on my phone and lay in my bed longer than I intend to. So then at some point I get out of bed because, to be frank, I have to take a poop. So I go to the bathroom and then I come back in and get on with my day. I always like to start out my mornings with some form of movement. So depending what I'm doing, I will go into my handy dandy dresser and pick the appropriate clothing out. Most days I do start my morning with yoga. So that's why I put on yoga clothes. But if I'm taking a yoga class later in the evening, I will go for a walk outside instead. But since I'm doing yoga, I'm showing you here that I am actually going downstairs and into my yoga room, which I'm honestly so grateful for. I don't take this for granted. I have practiced yoga in the tiniest of spaces where I barely even had room for a yoga mat. So I feel really grateful that our new house has a room where I can do this. Most days I will do an online video. I've talked about how I use Thriving Plant-Based for my yoga videos in the past. I can link that video in the description. So I'll either do that, or there are some YouTube videos that I like to do, or I will flow on my own. Also, I'm just gonna take a moment here to say I have collaborated with my favorite yoga website to come up with a yoga plus meal plan kit. So, if you guys are interested, I will link that down below too. Shameless self promo. But then, yeah, I just do my little yoga flow. I like to practice yoga for generally about an hour every day. And I do a wide variety of things. I typically like a vinyasa style practice, and I do like to get sweaty when I flow. But I love my yoga practice. I've also filmed other videos about that too, which I can link below if you're looking for tips on how to get started. I've done a lot of different forms of exercise in my life, but I've been doing yoga consistently for about the past 2 years, and I absolutely love it. It's helped me stay so much more calm and mentally focused, and I think it's a great way to start my day and take on the challenges that the day is going to face. So if you haven't tried yoga yet, I highly suggest you do. And then recently I've actually been ending my yoga practice a little differently. I usually just lay there in Shavasana and then get up and get on with my day, but I have been trying to take a few extra minutes to just sit in meditation and to practice some positive affirmations, whether that's listening to an uplifting song or saying some mantras in my head. I don't do it every day, but have been trying to do it. And then afterwards, I'll just go upstairs and go into my bathroom. And then if I remember, I take out my dry brush and I do some dry brushing. I do it on my whole body, but I ain't gonna show you that. I'm just gonna show you my arm. Basically, you do upward strokes of the dry brush, and it's a great way to stimulate your lymphatic system and exfoliate your skin, etc. It's actually very good for you. And then as you can see here, I take a shower. I don't wash my hair every day, but I do always rinse off and at least wash my body every day. And then towel off, which again, you're not gonna see. And then I've actually simplified my morning skincare routine a lot. I used to do a lot of different products, and now I just use this rose water toner in the mornings, which I really like. I think it absorbs nicely into my skin. It leaves it nice and moisturized, and I like it. And the only other thing I do in the morning is apply lotion. I like this body serum. It's an oil-based serum from Franklin & Whitman. They have a lot of different scents. I'm currently using the lavender one. It smells really good. And I just put that all over my body, like my arms and my legs and stuff like that. And then I move on to brushing my teeth. And I mean, brushing your teeth is pretty self-explanatory, but I just wanted to include it in the video. I do use a bamboo toothbrush, which is great for the environment. And then I also use a tongue scraper. Basically scrapes extra plaque off your tongue, but it's kind of gross and I didn't want to film it. So then afterwards, I go back into my room, and I'd say about 50% of the time I make my bed, and then I put on my clothes for the day, drop my towel off back in the bathroom, and then I head downstairs and make some tea. I love starting out my mornings with tea, even in the summers. I don't know, it's just kind of a ritual for me. I don't really drink a lot of coffee or caffeine because it can make me anxious sometimes, so I just like to start my day with tea. This is my favorite turmeric ginger tea that I have on most days. So I brew my tea, and then while that's steeping, I pull out my giant tea mug, and I typically make a greens drink, which is just mixing some greens powder with water. And then I finish this while the tea is brewing, and then I rinse out the cup, and then I just pour my tea into the same cup. And then I take my tea upstairs to my workplace. Some days I'm in the kitchen filming, but today I was doing it back in stuff, so like answering Instagram comments or editing videos. I generally try to get to this point by like 9:15 or 9:30. I like to be working from 9 to 5, just like a standard job. I find it helps me have more structure, and I'm usually not too hungry in the morning for breakfast. I usually eat a later breakfast, so I'll just eat it later while I'm answering emails or filming a recipe video. So that is it for my morning routine, and now we're going to move on to my bedroom tour. I have lived in a wide variety of places, from growing up to living in not the best college housing conditions to my really small apartment in Miami. So it feels really, really nice to finally have a room to call my own and to be able to personalize it. And I know I'm going to be living in this area for a long time, so it's nice to sort of settle in and make a place that I want to relax in at the end of a long day. I'm also very excited to say that I have partnered with Room and Board to furnish my room. Room and Board is a modern furniture company. They are based in America, and they actually are so awesome. Over 90% of their products are made in the US, and they work with local American companies in order to manufacture the furniture, and they're also committed to sustainably sourcing all of their materials. And I just feel like all of their pieces are really classy and timeless, and even if at some point I do leave this room, which I mean in my lifetime, I know I will, their furniture is built to last, and I feel like the styles are so timeless that I know I'm going to be taking it with me, and I'll be able to use it wherever I go. So I will link their website down below, as well as a blog post about my room tour, which is going to have all of the exact pieces from Room and Board listed in it. So if you want to check that out, definitely please do. I am obsessed with all the stuff I got, and I really, really love it and would totally recommend it. I honestly love my room so much. I feel like it is so me. I'm kind of a pack rat. I love to save like little memories and mementos throughout my life. I've been doing it ever since I was a kid. I've always had memory boxes. So some of the things in my room are new, and some of them are also old. So it's kind of cool to have an eclectic mix. And I have lived in a lot of different places, and I do have family all over the country. So it's nice to have little mementos scattered across my room that remind me of the places that I've lived and the places that I come from. But it's also nice to have newer things and things that I'm excited about to signify a fresh start. I'm a total homebody, so it's really important for me to have like a relaxed, happy place that I can chill out in at the end of the day. So now I guess I'll just do a little walkthrough through the room so you guys can see more of the details. So I will start from the outside. When you open the door, this is what my room looks like. Give you a full 360. So that was the door that we just entered, and here is my dresser. As you guys can see, I have a lot of plants. They're all my little babies, and I love them. But yeah, this is my dresser. I made this jewelry hanger. The stick is actually from one of my favorite trails here that I walk on almost every day. Then it's got some plants, my journal, and then this actually is one of my favorite quotes. It's by Charles Bukowski. It says, "We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us." So I don't know, it just inspires me to be brave, you know? I got more plants, lots of rocks. That's also a common theme here. And I got my essential oil diffuser. And then over here, I have some shelves. The top shelf has just some books, a little spiky thing, I don't know. That's a photo of me and my friends from a hike that we went on. This photo was from my trip to Israel, and then this is just some artwork. I love blind contour drawings, and this photo kind of reminded me of it. And then the bottom shelf just has my random collection of essential oils and then a few different roll-ons, and I got some sage because, you know, I'm hippie. Down here is just my phone charger and some rain boots. And then this is an epic mirror. I love it. It's very pretty, and, you know, you can take some Instagram selfies there or something. We just have a lamp basket that has like some hats and scarves in it. And then this window has some more plant friends. Got terraria, some aloe vera. This is the first plant I ever bought. His name is Puff. He came with me all the way from Miami. And then I just got this string of pearls at the farmer's market, so eventually it's going to fill up this whole top and hopefully it'll spill over the edges. And then this is probably my other favorite plant. Not that I favorite, I mean I do, but don't tell them. But her name is Grace. She's a ZZ plant. They're really easy to take care of. And then this is my bed. The bedding itself is from Kuyuchi. They're also another awesome sustainable company. They use all organic cotton. I will link them below too. And just on my bed, have a plant side table, some more artwork. And then actually I made this body pillow. I sewed the end of it. It was a table runner that I found at Home Goods, but it was too long. But I just stuffed it with cotton and then used a sewing machine to make it the length that I wanted. And then I made this pillow in high school, and I actually had it in my college dorm room. And speaking of college, I freaking love this poster, and I got it in college. It is the various varieties of vegetables. It's literally a chart, like diagramming all of the veggies and some fruits. I feel like it's so me, and I love the style too. I got it as a Christmas gift in college, and I never opened it because I knew I wanted to frame it. And I finally framed it and put it above my bed, so I think that's pretty cool. And then I just have some fairy lights on top of my bed that I've also had forever. Those are just some body products that I use. And then this is my letterboard with my favorite quote from The Office and some random pins that I've collected over time. I just have another plant up here in a hanging planter. Hopefully it will eventually grow and sort of cascade down over everything. And then this table, I just have some books that I'm reading in there. Water bottle, because you gotta stay hydrated. Some more sorted rocks. Another plant, and then this is my light clock alarm that you saw in my morning routine that I love. And then that's just a mini Google Home. I realize now that I probably should have filmed the outro when I was sitting on the bed and looking all nice, but I'm just gonna end it here. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video, and if you do, you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my blog post too if you want more details to the stuff in my room and photos and stuff like that. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, whatever time of day it is for you. I will talk to you guys later. Bye! Feels like running, but it's alright.